Good morning. Today's topic is uh, array implementation of stack. We completed push and pop operations. Now display function, or we can also call it as peek operation, or visiting each element of the stack. Simply you have to print or visit each and every element which are present in the stack, or simply we call it as a display function. This is the function which is used to display all the elements of the stack. We can call it as a peek function, or visit each and every element of the stack. Here, before going to apply this peek function, we need to check one condition, that is called empty stack, or underflow stack condition. Underflow and empty both are same. That is, without having any elements into the stack, is it possible to display? No, because it is an empty stack. So there is no possibility to display the elements. So before going to apply this function, you have to check whether the stack is underflow or not. If it is underflow, then we simply print the stack is underflow, or the stack is empty. We are unable to print any elements. Otherwise, it prints the elements which are present in the stack. Here, that is the explanation here. Peek operation involves returning the element which is present at the top of the stack without deleting it. Underflow condition can occur if we try to return the top element in an already empty stack. So if it is an empty stack, if you are trying to print anything, then it simply print underflow condition. See here, algorithm peek stack comma top begin. If top is equal to -1, top is equal to -1 is a condition for representing an empty stack. Suppose if it is true, then it simply print stack is empty. Otherwise, third step is nothing but if the second is a condition which is false, then item is equal to stack of top return item and end. So top it simply assigns the top value to item and print that top. Return item means printing statement, that is a printing statement. And up to the top equal to reach it to -1, it prints the number of items which are present in the stack. Here the time complexity of peek operation, you have to call it as better to display function order of n, because if stack contains n number of elements, it takes the time complexity order of n. Here implementation of peek algorithm in C language. It is there is a difference between algorithm and implementation. Implementation is nothing but code. Algorithm means step-by-step process for solving the given problem. Means here in algorithm we have to write only steps in the form of an English language. That is, if top is equal to -1, then stack is empty, like that. But when comes to implementation part, we have to write the complete code, whatever the language which we use, either C or C++, but you have to write the complete code. See here this is a function, peek function for displaying the items in the stack. If top equal to -1, I already told you there is a difference between equal to and double equal to. Equal to means assignment operator. A is equal to 10 means 10 is assigned to A. I mean A value is 10. But if you can use a statement A equal to 10, that is a comparison, means whatever the value of A is equal to 10 or not, that is comparison. But when comes to A is equal to 10, that is assignment. Both are huge vary. So here if top equal to -1 means whatever the value of top, that is equal to -1 or not. If it is equal to -1, then we simply print underflow. I mean, instead of writing underflow, you can also write a complete statement like stack is underflow or stack is empty. Return 0. It comes out of the function. Suppose if top is equal to not -1, I mean stack contains some elements or stack contains some elements. So then you have to return or print the top element, else return stack of top. So it prints the topmost element of the stack. Okay. So what are the operations of stack? Push, pop, peek. Okay, push is a function which is used to insert an element into the stack. So before going to insert an element into the stack, we have to check one condition, that is whether the stack is full or not. That means if it is full, then there is no way to insert a new element into the stack. And the condition for checking whether the stack is full or not means if top equal to max stack -1 or n-1, then we simply say stack is full. And pop, second one, pop is a function which is used to delete an element from the stack. And before going to delete an element from the stack, we check whether the stack contains elements or not. If it doesn't contain any elements, we are unable to delete an element. So in inserting an element into the stack, the top position is incremented by 1, and while deleting an element from the stack, we are deleting or decrementing the top position by 1. So for insertion of an element, we have to increment the top value by 1. For deleting an element from the stack, we have to decrement the top value by 1. And peek is a function which is used to display the top element in the stack. Okay. Here also we check one condition, that is underflow condition. Means if top is equal to -1, means it is an initial condition that represents stack is empty. So if it is empty, we are unable to print any element. Okay. So else it prints the top element. Okay. These are the functions which are performed on stack: push, pop, peek. And this is a array implementation of stack. And then comes to linked list implementation of stack. We discuss linked list in detail next, and now we just observe linked list implementation of stack. See, instead of using arrays, we have to use here linked list. See, array is a data structure, linked list is a data structure, stack is a data structure, queue is a data structure, stack is a data structure, graph is a data structure. All these are data structures, okay, which are capable of placing some data, right? Here arrays, stacks, queues and linked lists are linear data structures. Trees and graphs are non-linear data structures. Here how can we have to implement a stack by using array, and we can also implement a stack by using linked list too. So we completed how to implement a stack by using arrays. Now we can discuss about linked list implementation of stack. See, instead of using arrays, we can also use linked list to implement stack. Linked list allocates the memory dynamically. Here we have to know dynamic allocation of memory. What is the meaning of the words static and dynamic? Static means stable, right? And dynamic means at runtime, and mean vary, change, right? See here, I will give you one example. I'm giving you one example, that is in our C program, integer a, it is a declaration. Whenever you declare a statement integer a, internally 2 bytes of memory is allocated for a variable a, because a is a variable of type integer, because integer occupies 2 bytes. That is called static allocation of memory. Suppose integer, I am giving integer int a comma b comma c comma d. I am giving you 4 variables. 4 are of type integer, right? So 4 into 2, 16 bytes of memory is allocated internally. This is called static allocation. Whether we use or not that memory, but if we can declare a statement like that, automatically such amount of memory is allocated. Suppose I am going to write a C program for addition of 2 numbers. I am giving you 4 variables a, b, c, d, but I am using only c is equal to a plus b. I am not using a variable d. I cannot use a variable d in my program, but in the statement, in declaration statement, I am using d also. So 4 into 4, 16 bytes of memory is allocated, but I am using only 3 into 2. 8 bytes of memory is allocated, and I am going to use only 6 bytes of memory. The remaining 2 bytes of memory is waste, and it is allocated, but we cannot use, and we are unable to delete. So this is the problem of static allocation. So to avoid that, we use a function which is called malloc, malloc. Malloc means memory allocation. This is the function which is used to allocate the memory dynamically. Means whenever we require, we have to allocate memory. Whenever we doesn't need, we delete the memory space. So we have to save the memory space by using this dynamic allocation of memory. Simply మనకు అవసరమైతే మెమరీ అలోకేట్ చేసుకుంటాం, అవసరం లేకపోతే డిలీట్ చేస్తాం. దోస్ టూ పాసిబిలిటీస్ ఆర్ అవైలబుల్. అప్పుడు ఏమవుతుందంటే అన్నెసరీ మెమరీని డిలీట్ చేస్తాం, అవసరమైతే అలోకేట్ చేసుకుంటాం. అదేవిధంగా స్టాటిక్ అలోకేషన్ కనుక అయితే ఒకసారి మనం అలోకేట్ చేస్తే దాన్ని మనం డిలీట్ చేయలేము, ఎక్స్టెండ్ చేయలేము. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ నేను ఏ ఆఫ్ 10 అన్నా అనుకోండి. ఏ ఆఫ్ 10 మీకు సి ఐడియా ఉండాలండి. ఏ ఆఫ్ 10 అంటే అరే ఆఫ్ 10 అంటే ఐఆమ్ గోయింగ్ టు ఇన్సర్ట్ 10 ఎలిమెంట్స్ ఇంటూ ద అరే. ఓకే, 10 into 2 bytes 20 bytes ఆర్ అలోకేటెడ్. ఆ తర్వాత మీరు దాంట్లో 5 ఎలిమెంట్స్ ఇన్సర్ట్ చేశారనుకోండి, మిగతా 5 ఎలిమెంట్స్ స్పేస్ వేస్ట్ అవుతుంది. మనం దాన్ని డిలీట్ చేయలేము, ఏం చేయలేము. సో అది ఆ 5 ఎలిమెంట్స్ యొక్క మెమరీ స్పేస్ అంతా వేస్ట్ అవుతుంది. లేదు మీకు సడన్గా 12 ఎలిమెంట్స్ ఇన్సర్ట్ చేయాల్సిన అవసరం వచ్చిందనుకోండి, నేను అలోకేట్ చేసింది ఏంది ఓన్లీ 10, మీకు 12 అనుకోండి, దాన్ని ఎక్స్టెండ్ చేయలేను. So that is the problem which are occurred in static allocation. Once you allocate, we are unable to delete as well as extend. మీరు పెంచలేరు, అలానే అన్నెసరీ మెమరీని తీయలేము. అది దానివల్ల ఏంటంటే అది ప్రాబ్లం. సో వీ హ్యావ్ టు వీ యూజ్ ఎ డైనమిక్ అలొకేషన్ మెమరీ ఫంక్షన్. అదేమవుతుందంటే మీకు అవసరమైతే మెమరీని 10 అలొకేట్ చేశారు, ఇంకా 2 కావాలంటే అలొకేట్ చేసుకోవచ్చు. లేదు 10 అలొకేట్ చేశాను డిఫాల్ట్గా, నాకు 5 అవసరమైంది, 5 అవసరం లేదు అనుకోండి, ఆ రిమైనింగ్ 5ని బై యూజింగ్ ఏ మెమరీ ఫంక్షన్ ఫ్రీ అనే మెమరీ ఫంక్షన్ ఉపయోగించి డిలీట్ చేయొచ్చు. సో అది అడ్వాంటేజ్. ఓకేనా. సో ఇక్కడ ఈ లింక్ లిస్ట్, దిస్ ఈస్ యూజ్ ఆఫ్ లింక్ లిస్ట్. హౌఎవర్ time complexity in both the scenarios is same for all the operations push, pop and pick. Here also we have those 3 functions, but the only difference is instead of array we are using here a linked list. That is the only difference. Okay, see in the linked list implementation of stack, the nodes are maintained non-continuously in the memory. Each node contains a pointer to its immediate successor node in the stack. Okay, stack is said to be overflow if the space left in the memory heap is not enough to create a node. Like same as it is, but the only difference is data structure is different. Instead of using array, we have to use linked list. See here, if you observe top, see stack, node, data and next. See this yellow color represents some value. The next point, it contains 2 fields, data field and next pointer field. Data field contains the data, next pointer field contains address of the next node. See here, next node is connected to next node and node data, and this next field is connected to next node, and next field connected to last. This cross always represents null. Means that is the last node. So that means here we have 1 2 3 4 values in the stack. This same like a stack only. You just observe, it is just like a previous stack. This is one node, node data which contains one value, and next field contains address of the next node, like that, which are connected, and top always represents the top value in the data structure. See here, each node contains a pointer to its immediate successor node in the stack. Stack is said to be overflow if the space is not space left in the memory space heap is not enough. So the memory is not enough to create a new node, then we can simply say that stack is overflow. Here the topmost node in the stack always contains null in its address field. Let's discuss the way in which each operation is performed in the linked list implementation of the stack. Here cross means which is nothing but null, and we can also say that is the last node. Here adding a node to the stack. This is push operation. Adding a node to this algorithm or procedure is same as the algorithm procedure in array implementation. See, I am just reading it. Adding a node to the stack is referred to as push operation. Pushing an element to the stack in linked list implementation is different from the of an array implementation. In order to push an element into the stack, the following steps are involved. Create a node first and allocate memory to it. If the list is empty, then the item is to be pushed as the starting node of the list. This includes assigning value to the data part of the node and assigning null to the address part of the node. Third one, if there are some nodes in the list already, then we have to add a new element in the beginning of the list. For this purpose, assigning address of the starting element to the address field of the new node and make the new node the starting node of the list. Here the time complexity of adding a node here is order of 1. Okay, simply first we have to create a node and allocate memory for it, and if you want to add a new node, that new node is added to the top of the list. And if you have to add a new node to an existing nodes already, then we have to add a new node to the beginning of the list. Okay.